Change is tough. Many of us set out with beautiful intentions to change and then find much difficulty along the way. Here are a few tips to remember when trying to change something in your life. 1. It requires patience, and patience is tough. Patience isn't relaxing or sitting and waiting or sitting and praying only or meditating. Patience is continuing to live with grace when things are grueling and scary. That's patience, continuing to try, continuing to live. So remember that if you want patience, you're going to have to go through some of those grueling moments and get through them. Leo Tolstoy wrote that the two most powerful warriors are patience and time, and that's because patience can change a lot in life, but it is difficult. The second advice on change is to expect success, but not perfection. A lot of people think about change as 100%, as making it all the way. Like, ask yourself, when you wanted to make a change recently, did you think of 100%, or did you think of a little step to take in the way? Change is gradual, so any change will not be at 100%. It will be at less than that. So think, what would a little bit of success look like, and go for that. Remember that small but consistent actions are much more powerful because they last, but more importantly, because they last, they create great change. Here's the third advice. Reflect. How many times do we try things without reflecting back on our success to see what worked and what didn't? We often try things, and then when they don't work, we don't look back to see what didn't work. So when you take those small steps, reflect back on what worked and what didn't. And here's a more important question. What served you and what didn't? Sometimes we try to make a change, but not only the change itself, but how we attempted it did not serve us well. So we need to choose a way to change that serves us. Ask yourself, what can you do to make it easier to make that small step next time? You'll still be taking the step, but you'll be making it easier to do so. The fourth advice is to consciously seek out at least 3 occasions to practice your step. For example, if you're trying to communicate a bit differently with your partner or with a child or someone in your household, seek 3 opportunities to practice. Avoid waiting for a moment when the stakes are high to attempt the new change. For example, if you want to say something differently to your partner or someone in your household, then choose moments when things aren't tense or when you're not angry at one another to practice the small change. That way you are able to succeed in trying, and you are able to make a bit of progress instead of doing things when the stakes are high and you may risk things that shouldn't be risked. The fifth advice is to find a mentor in the step that you're trying to take. Find someone who's already doing it well, and you can even investigate or ask yourself what helped them to get there. Having a concrete example in front of you is great motivation to change. Now, this is really important. This doesn't have to be a mentor in every regard. It can be for the one small step that you're trying to take. You can have different mentors for different things in your life. Look at that mentor and look at how they achieve the change or how they've achieved what they have, and try to achieve it in the way that they have. Let's look at how to do this. Remember, choose a small step, be patient in the process, expect success but not perfection. Don't strive for perfection at first, and reflect on what worked and what didn't, and seek occasions to practice your step, and find a mentor or an example of someone who's already doing it. Now, this can even be someone like a character on television or in a book. It doesn't have to be someone that you know. Now, recognize if implementing these tips helps you with change. You may actually feel like by doing all of this, you slowed down initially. But remember, if you take one small step and it leads to another, rather than quitting or taking a step back because you feel like you failed or you didn't meet your expectation, then you actually are taking small steps and eventually creating real lasting change. Try it.